All right. Second one. I still haven't figured out where exactly the stream cuts off, but it seems like it does it whenever I do a walk around, and I can't figure out where it is. So we've got. Let me just do this because, like I said, I'll have to. I hate rewatching them, going back through them. We've got right here. Oh, boom! That's what's left of the seasoned wood, the big bin. Right here, and I wanted to kind of do a little live stream on it because right here we've got moldy wood. It's not horrible, but the bottom portion of it was black. So I've got to let the air dry a little bit. Gonna take a couple weeks, I would imagine. If it doesn't, I'll just burn it myself. It's no big deal. The really bad pieces I don't plan on getting rid of anyway. But I wanted to kind of go back and forth with you guys, let you know how the week's been going, what we've been dealing with, that type of thing. But every time I walk around and try to show, when I get back to the truck, the stream's off, and I don't understand how to fix it. So we're live again. Hot dang, you made it. Oh, so I don't know what happened to the stream again. I can't walk certain parts of this property without the stream just dying, and I don't understand it. I hate sitting here, but if this is what works, it works, right? So, GP, how has your week been, bub? You been doing firewood or you been doing tree work? You were outside, just got in. Well, our outside's getting dark. Sucks. 5:30. Good in both. Good for you, Bubba. This week was the best week that I've had so far. Like I said, I think we broke $2,000 this week just in firewood, which realistically doesn't take much at the price I'm selling it for. Like I said, I'm higher than a lot, but a lot of them are completely out. Always both. Yeah. No, I'm super excited. Like I said, I was just showing the we got right there. That is the long bin right there, and that might have 3 to 4 cords left, full cords. And then over here, I was trying to show when the video was working, the wood, the moldy wood that's on the bottom. And I think it's because I built that bin on the big popple. There used to be a big popple stump right there, and I think as the moisture's been leaving, I don't know, I don't want to get scientific on it, but the ground was frozen when I cut it, and then I had all that insulation being the firewood. So well, GP, that's an argument you have to have for yourself. It's a hard one. I mean, it shouldn't be for you, more or less. It all depends on how much wood you can get. It all depends on how much you can get. If you can get, I'm doing a lot of learning here myself. I'm doing a lot of learning. The best wood you can do is split wood. Just split wood. I sell it green. My green price is $80 a face cord. My dry wood is 125. Now dry wood around here generally goes for 100. So I'm getting 25 extra dollars, and I take that as my handling fee. And then I give a free 10 miles delivery. So I've had I've probably a third of my people that have called me have laughed at me. $125 a face? No, I'll get it some good. Go get it somewhere else. I'm almost out of wood. I'm almost out of dry wood, and every single person that I've delivered it to was amazed that it was dry and seasoned. You know, that's what blew my mind. You know, some people say, well, you know, you're a little bit more, but I'm getting dry wood. I'm getting wood that I can burn now, and that's the difference. There's more handling the way I do it being seasoned, but I touch it once. Okay. I put the logs on the deck. The deck brings it to the processor splits it, the conveyor brings it up into the bin, and then I take the tractor, I scoop up the wood, and I dump it into the bin. It starts seasoning, right? So the wood that I've been splitting right now is going to go into these, start going into these new bins, and I'm going to hopefully do that all winter long. Now at no point do I want the bin that the wood's getting split in, I don't want it being empty. If it's empty, I don't have green wood to sell. So I would do whatever you can do, GP, to season wood and keep wood on the ground, or keep wood off the ground, but keep it so you can sell it green. If that makes any sense to you, bud. Don't stop selling green wood, but put some in the bank, we'll call it, for next winter or something like that. That's seems to be the best for me. I mean, when I can do a cord and deliver that cord 25 miles away and put $400 on it because of that delivery, $25 delivery charge, that's the way I'm doing it, and it's working beautiful. People, I have not had anybody except for two really close people when I first started told me that I shorted them on a, you know, we're almost dealing with 10-20 pieces of firewood, which that problem is fixed. I don't think there was an issue. I think they're just complainers. We'll just call them that. I might have been 10 pieces short, but they got a face cord in return, and I won't do business with them again, because I know now, because I have very, very picky and by the book people that I'm logging for, my aunt and uncle, that they are, what do you call it? I don't know, but you know, my uncle was out there measuring it, and he wanted, and I wanted to know too, when I dump a load off, and this is what I bring people, is this and you know what I mean, more than a cord? And he measured it up, and he says yes. You know, so it made me question myself without stacking, you know, 3 full rows, 4 foot tall, 8 foot long every single time, and then dumping it in the truck. It made me question it. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I don't mean to go off into that, but I don't know what to do with it, honestly, bro. More than we can realistically handle. Make yourself bins, buddy. Micah, how you doing? I don't mean to miss you in the in the confusion here. Being that this is the first year, I figured I'd sit on it, then start a different pile. The pile is 2024. This one, yes. If there's anyone in me, what is going on with this internet? I mean, you can stack it, GP. You can pile it. Like I said, yeah, I'm sorry, bud. I don't. This is why I ended the last stream, because I don't know where it goes wrong. This time I actually caught it, and hopefully it's still broadcasting. But the only thing with piling wood, GP, is get it off the ground. Unless you want the ground layer just to be nothing. You know, wood is the best way that I can explain firewood is kind of like a collection of straws. You know, the fibers in the wood, if it's touching the ground, it's going to absorb up through the wood. So get yourself a barrier, whether it be pallets, cattle panels. I don't like tarps because tarps collect water and then it still absorbs, but get it off. Ryan Hunt, I used to do the fire. I've actually call it lazy or whatever you want, but I still have. Let me see. I don't even know. I haven't used this in 3 years, but yeah, I've still got the lights in the truck. I just don't care to take them out really, but I want to pull over a neighbor. No, I would never do that. No. Yes. Well, GP, yeah, you've got a bit of a predicament there without a conveyor, right? Because yours just pushes through and then it comes out and it falls, right? So without having a way to take it from the ground, without moving it too much, that's the biggest thing. Oh, thanks, Ryan Hunt. No, I would still be in it if it wasn't too political, buddy. I'm working on a a community fire type of situation, because we've got, for instance, I'll give you for instance, I had over this summer a neighbor. I was helping her out. She ended up passing out and broke her wrist, and she just blacked out. You know, I started doing CPR and everything else. It took the fire department, EMS, an hour and 15 minutes to get here. So I'm working on trying, because we're out in the boonies. We're, you know, when I was going to the fire department on calls and everything, it took me 15 minutes to get there, but for some reason it takes them that long to get to us. So, and I understand. I mean, it's the EMT side, not so much, because they're stationed at the station, but for a first responder to go from home, stop whatever he's doing, get in his truck, and then get to the station, you know, you can almost add an extra half hour to an hour to that. So yeah, no, we need first responders, but the politics and everything else involved with it, I want no more of. It's just, it's ridiculous. You got people to throw it. Get yourself pallets, bud. Stack up 4x4, 5x5 pallets. Just, you know what I mean? And then if you don't have wind, double stack the center, and then just make a firewood teepee, or do a tube or something like that. The tubes are a pain in the butt. I want eventually to have a teepee design where I can take my processor, put it in one spot. Let me see. Does this help anything? I don't really have the best lighting situation in a pickup, but that doesn't really work for me. But yeah, if you were to you know, do kind of like a square or something like that out of pallets, and then just keep throwing it, But the biggest thing is just make it so the rain and all that can kind of shed off of it. That's why I try to kind of make a tube, but kind of a pointy tube. That way everything can kind of shed off of it the best it can. If you get a conveyor and you can pull that little splitter wherever you want, put the conveyor at the end and let that do your teepee, you'll be a lot better off. It's a pain to get going, you know. It's give and take. I'm not even using my conveyor now, and I don't know that I will be unless I can make large teepees. But then I'm bottlenecked by how high my conveyor can go, and then as the teepee gets, or as the firewood grows, it gets wider too. So then my conveyor ends up running into being too close. So it's one of them things. It's money, yeah. Like I said, I ended up lucking out. I got this conveyor for, I think it was $250 last winter. No, I understand, buddy. I understand. I'm at right around 65,000 this year, probably more. The tractor bit off 50 of it. The conveyor, the dump truck, the processor, I got to add that in. Yeah, no, I'm probably in the 80, 90 range myself, actually. Now that I think about that. I mean, I was just looking at my QuickBooks, and for the amount of charges, physical people that gave me cards to pay for firewood, I've got $12,000 in cash, or in charge, whatever you call it, $12,000 charged by cards. And then, like I said, probably triple that for cash. I get more cash than anything. But then when you figure out your actual expenses, and yeah, I don't even want to look at my fuel bills. Go on Marketplace, buddy. I get them on Marketplace all the time. I was just looking at another one on Marketplace. They want $800 for it, but I need to have a reason to have one. The conveyor that I'm using now works great, but if I could figure out a way to dump the wood into the conveyor, like have a hopper or a tub, and then dump it with a bucket, that way it conveys it up, I would be golden. But the way I have to do it right now, I got to take it by hand and touch it every single time and put it on the conveyor to make it go up. So I may stick the conveyor in between the bins over here, and when I want to get the top or the peaks off, maybe I'll use it for that. Yeah, I mean, it all depends. If you go brand new, which I can understand that, but it's for me, it's hard justifying that stuff being brand new. I've used brand new conveyors back when I worked at the rental agency, and they were down all the time. And then you buy a used one, and it's down all the time. So it's one of them things. Spend it and forget it. I try. I try. I've been looking for one for about 6 months now. Splitters are different, though. Splitters are different, especially when you get into the commercial grade like that. You know, you definitely want a warranty. You definitely want this, that, and the other thing. I mean, look at mine. I've got video from this week. I just did an oil change on it, and I had metal fragments in the oil. I've got brass pieces, so I've got my engine might be getting warranted here in the next bit. You just never know, you know. That could push you down another, what, $1,200 to $1,800 for a Kohler. No, that's not your $1 million frickin' 201. That's your stock one. Okay. Jeez, time to port. Yeah, yeah. No, I was gonna ask the old boy when he was in your chat the other day how much it would be to get a 500i ported, but that's the one saw that I won't touch myself. Just too much electronic trash in it. The 371s, 372s are fine, but yeah, Aaron Lynch, that's who I was thinking. What do you do? You send him the saw or do you send him the jug? Well, he'd have to take the saw, right, to measure the squish and everything. Well, it's not trust. It's a matter of being down. You know, like I was gonna send one out to shoot. They're in BC. They're up where Buck and Billy Ray is. Walker Saw Shop. I just had a phone call with them back my last week of logging, and they were going to do one, but they were having a hard time with the highway cylinders at that time. And their turnaround time was like 6 months. I was like, yeah, no. Now I'll have to see if he would be all right with a phone number, sending me a phone number or something like that. And I don't know. I don't think I'll do it in the wintertime. I think I'd do it maybe spring during mud season. All depends on the funds, right? But no, that would be the time of year I'd do it, just because I'm going to use it all winter. Not waiting 6 months, so that's a good thing. That's a real good thing, because I don't want to be down a saw. I mean, I've got plenty of them, but my go-to saws are my go-to saws. I just watched his personal 500i that he had put out there. Yeah, you figure. I mean, I've shipped over probably 40, 50 saws now off eBay. I've been building them, and I sell them on there. And I've never had a saw that didn't go to the sender. So I don't really have a hard time sending saws out. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, one of them things. No, I'd be interested. I'd be interested if I get some time. I wanna send you one of these pipes too. I wanna know what your thoughts are on them. But it's a matter of me getting the time to actually make some more, because they sold like hotcakes. I don't know. I can't even fathom how many I sold. I know I sold over 20 of the 500i, the pipes. Yeah. The ones I have, I don't really have anything else that you have besides a 500i, but I'm running that 500i pipe now on the what is it, 661. And it's working great. I've got the West Coast stiffener kit and the dogs to stick on that 661. That thing just feels like a limp noodle right now. So I've got the stiffener mounts for that from West Coast Saws that I'm gonna be putting on it. But yeah, no, 500i pipe. I wish you would have frickin' messaged me or something. I would have loved to send you out one. I had a couple spare, but I just sold them. I didn't even think, because I really didn't like using it too much on the tree jobs. they're just so freaking, they're rowdy. They're really rowdy. What are you questioning? Not much of a pipe fan? Well, you'll either be less of a pipe fan. They're loud. No, they are. They are really loud, but I'm kind of interested. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I wanna know what your feeling would be on the difference. You know, going from a stock to a bark box and then to a pipe. But they are loud. They are loud. I love it, but I just love the response more than anything. Well, we get some more slow time. Like I said, I plan on pounding out quite a few more because it was money in the bank. They realistically, I'm not making much off of them, but I mean, you've got a pile of time in them, right? Yeah, I mean I don't know. I don't really know. I would imagine I probably have about 4 hours in building them. So it's not bad, I guess. It's not bad. But like I said, I think I built 20 of them, and then I did a pile for the I did a pile. Probably 60, 80 for the 372. And then I did two of the loop-de-loop deals for the 372. That was the best pipe I've ever put on a saw, but I ended up cutting it off and making a shorty out of it just because it kept breaking. I didn't have the mounts the way they should have been. But no, I think you'd notice a difference. Oh crap, I gotta change the time. Here I am looking at it saying, why is it so dark so early? Phone tells me it's 4:57. The truck tells me it's 5:58. Favorite saw is the 261. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I love that little 550. But I have a very hard time using it. You know, I use it for limbing. It is lightweight. The bar's short for me, obviously. I'm used to 28-inch bars everywhere. You know, so having an 18-inch bar is not great. I swear it's freaking dark in here. But yeah, it is lightweight. It is lightweight. But like I said, I get any, you know, a 20-inch maple or something like that. I don't have the power. That, and actually the first time, I think it was on that little video I made, or that video I made the other day, cutting a popple over here. I edited out a chunk of making the notch in it because I was like, holy cow, this is taking forever. Usually it's just, you know, like butter. But, you know, that was a 24-inch popple. So I had to kind of cut around it in order to actually get the depth of the notch that I wanted. But no, I don't know. I never have used small saw. I'm not used to them. I used them in a bucket truck and stuff like that, but Yeah, I don't know. The 500i is my daily. 661's starting to be a little bit of a daily, but the 371s have kind of not retired, but until I rebuild them, you know, because you can't really get them OE cylinders anymore, which people argue about that all the time, but I'm not an X-Torque fan, so I like the older cylinders. But nonetheless, I am not going to keep you guys here all day with this. I do appreciate you guys coming in, but it's freaking blackout, so I might as well head her in, go make sure the birds are actually in tonight. We've been having problems with birds not being where they should be, so gonna go make sure they're in. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll get with you, GP, when I figure out when I want to send that 500 out. That's gonna be a hard day, but I would like to see see what an old Lynchy build would do. So God bless y'all. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again this week with another video of some sort, and then a live stream next Sunday. So take care.